He was a member of the Atomwaffen Division, and the things he did for that violent neo-Nazi group are going to cost him his freedom. Johnny Roman Garza was sentenced to prison in Seattle federal court for an Atomwaffen plot to threaten journalists who have reported on them and threaten people of color.
But before Garza heads to prison, he agreed to be interviewed by one of his victims, King 5 investigator Chris Ingalls.
What did you do exactly that is going to get you sent to federal prison?
I was given the task to simply find someone who fit the category of being non-white and a journalist, simply to make the headline. You were to go out that night and put those posters up and take pictures of it as proof that you did it. That was my mindset at the time, is like, yeah, it's meant to terrorize.
You put posters on the home of a Jewish newspaper editor and a African-American journalist.
You really want to just see radical change, because you see something wrong, you see some news stories or something, and you say, I really wish I could do something about that. I thought I could just simply do something of like a minor petty crime thrill and get away with it and just kind of see where it goes.
Atomwaffen, the German term for nuclear weapon, is the name of a small but violent extremist group that is armed and training for what they say is a coming race war. Johnny Roman Garza joined as a teenager to escape what court records say was a chaotic and lonely home life in Arizona.
I was completely cut off. My heart was darkened. I really just wasn't even thinking that far ahead. I was kind of concerned with me, myself, and I. My mental illness compounded with my drug use at the time didn't help any of that.
Garza, who lives near Phoenix, says he never took part in any of Atomwaffen's so-called hate camp training sessions, never even owned a gun. But he did plead guilty to conspiring with 3 other Atomwaffen members to deliver those threatening posters to journalists and persons of color.
Atomwaffen certainly wants to act more tough than they are. It's just ridiculous. It's almost laughable what they were trying to do.
I want to take any notion that it's laughable out of it, because my family, my 3 kids, my wife, we all had to leave our house and go into hiding because of what you and your group did.
I started reporting in 2019 about Atomwaffen's heavily armed 25-year-old leader, Caleb Cole of Snohomish County, and that put me on their target list.
I have just noticed something in my mailbox that doesn't look quite right.
I didn't open the letter. I brought it to the FBI office, and agents opened it and they showed it to me. I did take that letter as a threat. You know, it's covered in swastikas.
So there's nothing laughable about that.
Certainly not. I just want to apologize from with the bottom of my heart, full heart, completely. It's something I should have never have taken part in.
You say that, and yet you were a member of a group that sought to destroy certain races and religions.
I just don't think I was looking that far ahead.
When you saw a black person, when you saw a Jewish person, what did you feel toward them?
You're looking at someone as the group they belong to. You're almost looking at them like a number. You're not really looking at them like a person.
Atomwaffen members have been charged or convicted with 5 murders across the country.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's as serious as it gets.
We were just putting on posters this time, but who could have known what they would have asked me to do afterward if I was still content with that?
Garza said he never knew the true identity of Caleb Cole or Cameron Shea of Redmond, who the FBI says were the leaders of the criminal conspiracy.
I didn't know anything about them. I mean, I knew them by screen names.
Garza says his arrest in February finally started him on a road to recovery and understanding.
And I didn't realize how dark it was, that I was willing to do things I otherwise thought that I wouldn't do.
I can imagine there's African Americans or Jewish people out there that are not going to accept an apology from you. What would you say to them?
So I see now how wrong that I was, and it's really hard to really explain yourself after the fact. But I guess I just want people to know that there's, like what was brought up to the judge on the day that I was sentenced, there's a genuine change there, but I'm serving my just sentence. So that's all I can say.
And we're live now across the street from the federal courthouse in Seattle where Garza received that 16-month sentence. He reports to prison in Arizona to begin serving that sentence next week. You know, in the months I've been covering Atomwaffen, I've always wondered, who are the people that join this? And what I learned from this interview with Garza is that they are people who are damaged, they are despondent, as he says, and some of them are dangerous, and all of them are young. Even the leaders are only in their mid-20s at most. Why did Garza do this interview with me? He says he did it to atone for his criminal behavior, something that he knows is going to take a lot of work and a long time. I'm Chris Ingalls reporting live in Seattle.
So Chris, he talked about his mental illness. Clearly he's among those who would have been vulnerable to this. What about the two men from Washington who were charged with Garza?
Yeah, so that's Caleb Cole of Arlington and Cameron Shea of Redmond. Both of them have pled not guilty to the charges and are awaiting trial here. The FBI says that both of those two are the more threatening individuals. And remember, they were the leaders of Atomwaffen.
All right, Chris, thank you.